Hey guys, this is Javier and I'm here with Alex J. Cox in the Computer System Source Computer Museum, and we're gonna do a very nice walkthrough, so stay with us. Hey guys, this is Javier again. I'm in Baltimore in an amazing museum that's called the System Source Museum. And I'm here with Brendan, who's a curator, and he also runs the Bloop Museum. And he's gonna show us a little bit around. So, hello.
Hey, so I'm Brendan, and I'm a curator and docent here at the System Source Computer Museum, and we had a lot of stuff, so let's just get into it, right? So here at the System Source Computer Museum, which used to be Computerland of Baltimore, one of the guys that runs this facility is Bob Roswell, who started building a whole bunch of exhibits, and we've slowly kind of started taking over the office. And he likes to start everything with the pre-industrial computers here. So we have some abaci, kipunats, perhaps someone remembers the slide rules. We also have a little thing to honor John Napier, some Napier's bones. Bob is absolutely obsessed with calculators, so you will see that calculators continue to take over the museum everywhere you go. So here are some more calculators. Some of the favorite calculators include the Curta calculator here, and we also have the Console the Monkey calculator here. Both an original and a reproduction.
Wow.
And the calculators kind of keep going over here. In front of the calculators, though, we have a little exhibit about pre-computing era. You know, the Antikythera mechanism is in here. This is actually just from a gift shop, so
Of course,
you know.
of course, it's not the original.
We also have the original iPad. Haha, it's a tablet. You know, and an Ashango bone replica. This is really cool, actually. This is a working replica of the Antikythera mechanism.
Wow.
And this is number 4, built by Dave Goodchild down here. So this is obviously not the original, but it's pretty cool because you can actually turn the lever and see the gears move back and forth and see how the machine works. So that's pretty neat.
All right.
We usually continue over into a memory exhibit here, where we explain old memory technologies like core memory, and yeah, we even have, actually this is pretty cool. So here's a piece of core memory, just a single, and you can pop it in here and pick a color and move it over here and check the bit.
Oh my God. All right.
Also, some old DRAM and delay line memory is here. We have some computer toys. Eventually, the computer toys will be replaced with CPUs, probably. But in the meantime, the computer toys are still cool. They just need a new home. So we'll figure it out. Over here, because this is Computerland used to be IMSI. And so we have a little homage to the IMSI and also the Altair over here. The nice screen cap from War Games.
I was going to say, IMSA is the one that shows in War Games.
We also have the famous letter, well, it's a copy, you know, but the famous letter that Bill Gates wrote when everyone was pirating BASIC, and he was like, hey, everybody needs to pay up. And we have a copy, so to speak, of BASIC, of the card over here on EEPROMs, so that you can actually see, you know, what copying BASIC would have looked like back then. Some of the MITS receipts, including an Altair. You probably don't want to enter code by hand, however, so we have an ASR33 right next to it.
So beautiful.
Around the bend, we have some storage media, all sorts of storage media, really. Oh, the fucking rights upside down. Whatever. Different sizes of hard drives and different types, including some very, very old drum storage. Javier, do you want to guess at the size of the drum storage?
I would say 1 megabyte.
Ooh, you're very close.
Oh.
However, it's 2 megabytes.
Oh my God.
Not that that's much different in this day and age, but
I don't know if it's good enough.
we have Where Have All the Gadgets Gone exhibit, which is basically kind of just wanted to illustrate how many gadgets we used to have, and now we're just carrying one gadget all the time that does basically everything that anything on this wall could do.
Right.
We have the original iPhone, haha, it's actually not the Apple iPhone, but kind of fun, and several other things. We have a pocket copy of Google here. Not actually the pocket copy of Google, but you know, we can find things like reinforced concrete beams and slabs. Here's reinforced for tension. You can look at all of your, data that you might need in the field as an engineer. We also have the original ThinkPad. This one I'm not going to haha because IBM actually gave those out to employees.
Oh.
They go out in the field and they would be like, if a customer gives you an idea or you have an idea while you're out in the field, write it down in your ThinkPad and bring it back and give it to us. And we'll try and turn it into something that we can make money off of because they were IBM. And so this is actually a real original ThinkPad from back in the day before the laptops happened. An exhibit like this wouldn't be complete without phones. The phones continue. There are many phones. The payphone works. You have to dial 9. It does not take coins, and school children love it, even though they can't figure out how to use it.
And old phones over here. Wow.
Including right behind you, if you,
Let's see if the operator is there.
Anyone want to make a call?
Operator!
On the other side, we have some obsolete media display. Sorry, this is currently a little bit, we're rearranging the display up top, but you can see that we have Laserdisc here. We also have CED, otherwise known as Selectavision. And for good measure, I've gone ahead and put a beta deck. To compare beta and VHS, they're the same size box, but this one says beta because someone just jammed a piece of foam in these boxes later in the life. We also have some slightly more esoteric formats like video CD, which everyone's Blu-ray player says it plays this, but no one's probably ever seen one. We also have movie CD, which advertises the one strength over video CD. No MPEG required. We actually just got this at the last VCF repair weekend, a video cassette inside of an 8-track.
Oh my God.
I wonder if Tecmone has done a video on this. This is pretty cool. We have a Cartravision tape. And this is actually a reel-to-reel in a videotape. So you can see there are 2 reels in here. And it actually, if you open it, spools diagonally.
So
pretty
funny.
weird.
Yeah,
it's
very
red,
weird.
which means it's a rental, which also, since no one has seen this type of videotape before, probably, rentals cannot be rewound. The dealer has to rewind them. And that's how they did their rights management. So kind of a wild thing. Commercial videos actually did get released on Video 8, which is sort of interesting. They tried to do that for a while. Some other stuff. Just kind of a wild, so we like showing off weird and oddly enough sort of things. If we continue back here, we ignored 1977. Maybe we should pay attention to that.
This is very important.
The 3 computers that basically launched personal computing. And if you want to go back in time a little bit, we have an original Apple I.
Original. Yep. Wow. With all the paperwork. And what is this? The alphanumeric printer?
That's the printer for the Apple I.
Oh gosh. The operation manual, original one.
If you want to call Woz, I think his number's still the same, but he might not answer.
He might not answer.
We also go forward in time and can show you all of the rest of Apple's history.
Oh, and this is my, oh, look who's here. My personal favorite.
But wait, why don't we do this?
That's such a beautiful sound.
I think the monitor could use a V8.
Oh, yep, there it is.
But at least some Mac software to kind of polish off the experience.
Mm-hmm. What a beautiful machine. Let's keep going. This is an original clear Mac?
The clear case is aftermarket.
It's aftermarket?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have a CI. This is a CI, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
External
CI,
hard drive.
yeah.
And then the black one, the TV, Apple TV. It's a shame you don't have the keyboard, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Maybe.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. If one of the keyboard kids, Desk Authority, wants to part with it.
That's right. And underneath we have a lot of
Several
iPads,
Apple portable devices.
you know, portable devices.
Including Apple
look at this,
Newtons.
The Newtons. And
Some
down
of the
here-
server class machines, later Macs.
Oh, look at this. This is such a beauty, and this is very rare.
The Apple Network server, and,
Yep.
and boy is that a weird machine,
Mhm.
because it's built originally by IBM, not Apple,
Wow.
and runs AIX.
Yep. I didn't
Apple
need
just
that.
didn't know how to server back then, so a
So let's
very
see.
wild experience.
In the back we got more Macs. Look at all these. And these little trinkets, you know, there are so many things that they sell for them, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
The aftermarket. Oh, the Color Classic, I love that. What's a GS doing between Macs?
So I really think the GS should be out here,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the curators moved the GS back here. I think there's a problem with the video chip,
Oh,
or
okay.
maybe some of the RAM, so it wasn't able to be powered on. We like to leave most of the stuff that can be powered on an actual display. I think the 2GS is probably one of the coolest Apples,
Yes.
personally.
I love it, yeah. And also I love the next. This is the
Yeah.
printer. This is the lab.
Yeah.
And there's a cube. That's my personal favorite, of course, the cube. Wow.
Not a very original name for a computer series, but, you know.
Oh, and
still
you got a
pretty
B-box.
Yes, and the B-box does work, but
Love
it's,
the B-box.
right now it's just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. I suddenly magically appeared. We're in digital land now, so tons of deck machines over here, starting with a PDP-5, which has that very nice ugly blue. A lot of people think it's very iconic. You know, it's your own opinion.
It's, you know.
The scope is very cool, though. You know, one of our first touch screens. Eventually, I think we'll be running some games on there, but that will require the machine to work, so we'll have to work on that. We do have some extravagant power outlets for some of these machines.
Oh, gosh.
That actually was from the VAX 9000 that we used to have up here. If we continue over, you can see a PDP-8i and a straight 8. We have a Link 8, which is the laboratory instrument computer from Lincoln Labs that got paired with a PDP-8. Down here, there's actually a bit of local history in Baltimore. Mary Ellen Wilkes was one of the first people to own a Link, and she had it in her Baltimore row home. She also conveniently wrote the software and the operating system for it, so kind of a neat machine. But basically, kind of the first Arduino, actually.
Imagine having that in your house.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some people have pianos, other people have mini computers.
Correct,
It's just
yeah.
a normal thing.
What's the problem?
So if we continue over, we have a PDP-12, we have a PDP-1170, more PDPs, more PDPs, PDP-8E, and then several terminals and other machines, including a deck writer and a deck mate, little micro PDP in front, more teletypes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What would life be without teletypes?
Teletypes, yeah.
A lot quieter, I think.
Oh, wow.
Also, maybe a quick glimpse at, we have several portable machines and small things to exhibit. The Sinclairs aren't really, I mean, you could call them portables, but they aren't, portable. They're just portable by nature.
Right.
And several organizers, palm top computers, including Palm Pilots and Visors and the Clie.
Yep.
If we come back over here, I know you were just over here, but we didn't look to the other direction. We have some Crays.
Look at that, a Cray. And if you don't like that one, we got another one here.
Sorry, YouTube people, no Cray C1 for us to sit out and lounge on the couch.
Right.
But
I was told that this is a water cooled, and the back one is air cooled.
That's correct.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
Over
see.
here we have Commodores.
Oh, there you go. My Amiga friends are going to be very happy with this.
Amigas are along the bottom. I kind of tried to chronologically do this. So the newest machines are at the bottom, and the oldest machines are at the top. And the most popular era is right in the middle. Some VIC-20s, Commodore 16, Commodore 64, SX64. Over on the right in the corner here, we have a KIM-1, which is pretty cool. Basically, Commodore's Apple I, if you want to, think that way. With the horrible display and keyboard combo. Someone's going to hate me for saying that, but it's all right. We have some pets, including the Porsche Pet, which is very cool. Our Amiga 1000 powers up and has the 2-meg mod, which is pretty neat. Up in the very left corner, we have the first Commodore product, the Typewriter. And that's how Commodore got their start.
Phone. Yeah.
Cloning devices that we already knew. The calculator on the left is actually all mechanical. That's not electronic in any way.
Wow.
Moving to the left, we have a bunch of luggables.
Yep. Compacts.
Compact portables, K-Pros, the Hyperion is in here. The Hyperion really could have competed with the compact portable. It's just that no one knew about it. But that was Canada's answer to the compact. And then I really think the 04, the Osborne 4, the Vixen is very cute.
Wow. Yeah, it is. What
This
else do we
wouldn't
have
be
here?
Bob's Museum if it didn't have calculators everywhere, so here they are. Several awesome calculators over here, though. Some of the ones that get the most attention here are the Loki 2 from Wang down here on the bottom.
This one?
Yeah. And also the Olivetti Programma 101, which, if you don't think the IMSI or the Altair is the first personal computer, you might think the Programma 101 is the first computer.
Correct. Yeah.
And the reason would be it's a calculator with register programming.
Oh.
It's just that it doesn't have quite enough storage to be Turing complete.
Very nice.
So, pretty cool machine. If we keep going past our other supercomputers, we have a Univac 490. This is, as far as we know, the last remaining and most complete Univac 490 in existence. This is one of the 6 machines that led the Apollo and Gemini missions. So this was a mission control machine. You can look up in the mirror and see all of the ports that took in data from other machines that were feeding it data to run mission control. That's kind of neat.
Wow.
You can also see,
Oh.
Javier, where's the CPU?
Oh my God.
There, in fact, is no CPU. The machine is the CPU. So, quite a crazy piece of work.
It is. Jeez. It's amazing.
And you can look at that front panel and see it's a 30-bit machine. It's sort of like little brother, cousin, whatever. I'm not sure how you want to word that. The 1218 would be connected to the 494 during missions. So these would be sending some of the, relaying some of the data and processing it perhaps beforehand. Is an 18-bit machine. And then, just like we looked at earlier, this is basically a UART or a modem off of a submarine, but is capable of computing in its own right. And it is, oddly, a 25-bit machine. And next to it, we have a radar scope.
Wow. can see the enemy now.
Also, since I'm sure Ryan, one of our curators here, wants to be famous, please do not drop the Univac modem on your foot, or this will happen.
Wow.
I'm back! You never knew I left, but here I am. We have some just kind of aesthetic era machines, really. Some of these are S100 machines, others are just terminals from back in the day. We've put them all together because they're machines that we just kind of don't have a place for, and they kind of belong together, I think. Some of those. Over to the left, we have Tandyland with some TRS-80s, some Tandy 1000s, the Pocket portable and color computers. Over to the left some more, we have some British machines, which are actually kind of odd and rare for Americans anyway. This starts with the BBC Micro on the left, which is the school computer that was popular in most English schools. And then we can kind of continue down. There's a BBC Master, which if you're a fan of Apples, then basically this is the Apple IIe or whatever of the BBC Micro. We also have a RISC PC and an Acorn A3010, which would be of the Archimedes or Archimedes series, depending on, I probably just made some people cringe by how I pronounce that. But the Torch is kind of an interesting machine. The Torch it might be, basically it's a Z80 communicator board bolted to a BBC Micro. So you can run BBC Micro software on it, but most people would use it as an Ethernet server or something of the sort. But all of this is something that most people don't know about, but perhaps the device that you're watching all of this on is driven by an ARM. Well, this is the company that actually started ARM. So we've included several ARM devices that you might recognize up top to kind of help you connect with the exhibit, if you will.
All right.
In the other room now, we have a Linotype, which might as well be a very large 3,500-pound copy of Microsoft Word from the 1800s. It is actually quite capable. You can do stuff like justification on this machine. You can support multiple fonts, of which we have 4 in this machine. Really just a fascinating machine, and it lasted 100 years in printing. So it definitely made a huge impact. We also have the Heidelberg Printer, which, if that's your copy of Microsoft Word, this might as well be your LaserJet. And the Heidelberg is still working, so here, prepare yourself for a little bit of noise.
It's a little bit faster than my laser.
It probably does. I'm not sure. I haven't ever timed the PPM on it, but yeah. And in between the two, we have the last product from Linotype, the PostScript RIP.
Yep.
And for all of the people that like memes, it doesn't stand for rest in peace. It stands for Raster Image Processor. It used to be that making PDFs required a completely separate computer until the LaserWriter finally took that task out of the hands of the users. And that's why Macs became so popular with desktop publishing.
Yep. That was the one that created the PostScript and sent it to the printer.
If we actually curl back around, we have an earlier printer. But I'm going to ask you a question that you probably already know the answer to. Why are capital letters called uppercase?
Go ahead.
Because they're in the uppercase. That's such a bad joke. And here's the lowercase.
Yep.
If we kind of continue around, we have several old IBM machines and punch card displays, and in fact a key punch over here. So just...
Oh yeah. These are the key punch.
This is the sorter that you just pointed at. Here's a key punch right here.
Okay.
And you see someone's hard at work writing a program as we speak.
Go closer so you can... Let's see if somebody can crack the code. All right.
And then if we pan over, we've got video games. What are video games doing at a computer museum? Half of your YouTubers, hopefully more, can answer that.
That's right.
They're just purpose-built computers that play games and have joysticks. So this is my childhood game collection.
Wow.
with some additions over the years, I suppose. And we have everything from before Atari to after Atari. We also have Nintendo and Sega. And there's one thing that's sort of a little bit out of place. One of these things is not like the other. Do you want to take a stab at what it is?
What's the name of this one? This one.
Nope.
Nope. Oops.
That belongs there. That was developed after Atari and competed with it.
I give up.
Someone in the comments is screaming at you right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We have a PlayStation in the Nintendo row.
Oh, yeah.
Probably half of your audience knows why that is there, because the PlayStation was originally the Super Nintendo CD. So I thought it maybe has kind of earned its place there.
Yeah.
We don't have the Nintendo PlayStation, which just went to auction. It was one of the prototypes, but a PlayStation is something that I can buy on eBay for $20 instead of something I can buy on Game Gavel for 300 grand. So I'll stick to that.
I don't know why.
We also have a Retro Pi over there, and we actually have a Sega Master System over here. You think there's something wrong with my CRT?
Oh, what happened?
Maybe.
Oh,
it's
3D!
because
Oh, love
of
it.
the 3D glasses.
Love it.
So the interlace frame is actually used as a right eye frame, and the odd frame is the left eye.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do 30 frames a second, left, right,
Wow.
active 3D. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to try those out when you're done.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I see you got a lot of, can you tell me, you were telling us a little story about this one. Can you tell me a story about this one? This is very
So
cool.
this is the Telegames Dina, and you probably remember Telegames because they cloned the Atari and sold it through Sears. And also they cloned the Intellivision into the Sears Super Video Arcade. But you never saw a clone of a ColecoVision. Well, it turns out they did one. And here's the box up here, the Telegames Personal Arcade. This is released 3 years after the ColecoVision left the market and the video game crash happened. I mean, sure, you could buy a ColecoVision, in 1985 or 1986, and I'm pretty sure my parents did. But the point is that why not enter the market with a clone? Well, Coleco wasn't selling the ColecoVisions anymore. So these guys put on the box compatible with over 100 ColecoVision cartridges. And, they go right in there, right? So, what's this second slot doing here? Well, it turns out there's another system with almost the exact same specifications as the ColecoVision, the Sega Master System that we just had on. In Japan, this is the SG-1000, and the SG-1000 cartridges are region locked physically. So the cartridges look like Atari cartridges rather than looking like Sega cartridges. And the second slot will take those SG-1000 cartridges and play them. They didn't advertise this on the box, though, for two reasons, I would say. One is because no one knew what an SG-1000 was here, and two, they probably didn't want to get on Sega's bad side because they were actually in the market at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But a cool machine. And they only sold it for, $40.
Jeez.
It's a little bit more than that on eBay now.
I suppose, yeah. Wow. What a beautiful collection. Well,
if you're near Baltimore, there's a whole ton of we can just walk around and see stuff or whatever. So feel free to come on and see us.
Yes, please.
We'll be happy to show you everything in the museum. I'm sure we skipped over, at least like 30% of the stuff that's
Correct.
here. But hit some of the major notes and.
Yeah, this is just a quick view, and I really, really love this place. I'm almost without words because I've been drooling about everything. So please, if you're here, take the opportunity and visit because I wasn't aware of this, and when they told me, I rushed over here. Anything else you can tell us?
Talk to us on social media or send us an email. System Source Computer Museum. You can Google that. I'm also Bloop Museum on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you want to look me up there.
What about your music?
Oh, well, this is my side gig. This is what actually pays the bills. I'm a musician that writes music on the machines here in the museum. They're called chip tunes, or, you know, some people like 8-bit music. But fun fact, all of the 8-bit machines actually have 4-bit sound for the most part. So maybe you shouldn't call it 8-bit music. Anyway, that name is Inverse Phase, if you want to look that up. And I'm actually accidentally representing my my most popular album, which is Pretty 8 Machines. So.
And we need to listen to it. Yep. Awesome. Well, I think
Thanks for checking it out.
That's it. And thank you very much, everybody. And thank you for coming over here. Please don't forget to
Like, subscribe,
share it with your friends, and comment a lot. Take care. Bye.